Hello, hello. Oh, baby! Thank you! And I beat Frank.
Oh my god!
Beat Frank.
Jesus, what the mic? Oh my god!
Hit that shit, bitch.
Nothing, no topic, but we
No
are
topic.
recording now. So just so you know, this is the completely inappropriate. Well, let's give it a second because
Okay.
I gotta do the
Yeah.
intro. Now let's start it now.
Okay,
So 3, 2, 1.
cool. Yeah, hi.
Hi,
Hello.
hi there,
Welcome to the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. I am Frank along with,
Tony.
and we have here today for you listeners
Senor Major Andy, Senor the Welsh Andy. Andy, are you Welsh or is that just your last name?
Oh.
I actually do have Welsh in me, yes.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You have the perfect white teeth of a Welshman.
Oh, yeah. It's the contrast in the room.
So Andy called me in the middle of our last recording. If you guys just listened to that one, now you're listening to this one, and he's on. Yay! Andy is my yoga boyfriend from the Yoga Boyfriend episode. How you doing, Andy? Do you miss me?
I miss you, of course.
I told
I'm
Frank
doing
you're a little embarrassed about being called out for your crush on me on the podcast. I think.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, no. It's very out there.
Oh, okay. You're just no qualms
Yeah,
showing
no.
it.
The blushing is.
You know what? I just realized we're not picking him up on the Audible, on the Audacity. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and close that and just pull the audio from. Live.
Cool. Yeah, let's do that then. So, yeah, Andy. Hello.
Andy. Oh, dude, this camera angle is just not working for me here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what you been up to, Andy?
It
What's been good? How was your turkey day?
was fantastic, actually. I had
That's
a couple people over, ate some food, had enough for leftovers for the night, the day.
Yes.
It's good.
It's the most important thing about Thanksgiving is the leftovers.
Yeah,
Is it?
slept for like 7
Yes, it
hours.
Okay, sorry, still working on the camera, obviously,
I thought it was the pie that was the most important. Well, no, the turkey.
because
you'd
Frank
think-
comes from
Yeah,
his mom.
The turkey high, the tryptophan high afterwards,
That's a misconception. That's not an
No, it's
actual
not.
thing. There's really
No.
not that much tryptophan in turkey. There's more tryptophan in eggs than there is in turkey. Though what you're actually doing is going into
Food coma.
a carbohydrates coma.
Oh, yeah.
You've just overindulged in all the breads and the wheat.
Or it's a placebo effect, and I just say it's tryptophan, and then my body produces it.
No, if you eat a shitload, you're just gonna have all that energy going towards digesting your food. That's all it is. You just inundated your body with more food than usual.
You know
so-
what? I'm good with the lie that I've been over-consuming tryptophan. I'm good with it.
Instead of just generally being a fat ass, is what you're saying?
Yeah, fine.
Well, I think you can stand a pound or two. You'll be fine. You're a cutie, Andy. Don't worry. You're not a fat ass
Stop
like
it, Tony. Stop it.
Yeah, and that wasn't a gay joke, was it?
No.
Oh no! Did I say something? I didn't even catch what I said. If that was supposed to be.
You can take a pound or two.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't even get that. Damn, Frank. Mine's dirty.
Yeah, Frank is going hard today. That one was
A
intended.
pound or two. My God.
Going hard on that pound or two. Anyway, so Frank is actually in the middle of trying to lose some weight. He has a little bit of a health concern pop up.
Yeah, I'm having a 30-day challenge for those listening. For those listening that heard the announcement. For those that are just listening today, yeah, 30-day challenge. The challenge is to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, which I set it at, or not 10 exactly, but 8 to 10 pounds. I set the goal at 2 pounds a week. So
Because apparently that's it's easy to lose 2 pounds. a
no,
week.
because the healthy way to lose weight is 2 pounds, as opposed to losing like 50 pounds in 1 month, and then
I think it depends on your start weight, because a lot of people could lose, especially if they're larger than life, they can lose about a quarter of a life worth of weight.
Right, but then
pretty quickly.
But then in my case, you know, with the overstretching of the skin, if I just gradually lose weight.
Oh, that's what you're concerned with. You want it all to
Well, that's
kind of
one of my
snap.
concerns.
That's a good
Yeah.
concern to have.
Yeah,
I actually didn't think about that.
Yeah, instead of it just because when I got out of boot camp, I was weighing 134.
It's ridiculous. I've never weighed 134. I haven't weighed 134 since junior high.
Yeah, and I was doing push-ups before and after bed, and when I would do them shirtless because I don't know, the testosterone in my body. Yeah, but I'd be in position, right, and I see my stomach, and it looks like I had an extra set of fucking balls just hanging there.
Balls in your face.
Yeah, so I'm like, ugh, and then with the whole stretch marks thing, I thought about it. I'm like, so then when I fucking lose weight, if I don't do it carefully, I'm gonna have all this extra saggy skin. I'm gonna be able to fucking fly around.
Yeah, it's weird because you
wings.
do see some people that have lost the weight and they manage to, like, they're elastic. They come back.
Yeah.
You need to be careful to make sure you're eating like foods with collagen in it as well. That helps your skin repair itself and whatnot.
Yeah, fruits, veggies, salads.
Salada-linkum.
Yeah.
Salama-lada-linkum.
What else? Chicken. We're doing a lot of chicken.
Chicken. What about fish? Are you a fish fan? Never liked the band.
Well, kind of.
So how you been, Andy? Let's check.
I've been good.
All right. So Andy lives currently, because of the Rona times, you're taking care of your parents. We're gonna put it that way.
All
right.
Yeah. Okay, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Real story. Not taking care of my parents. They totally let me stay here.
Trying to make you look good, Andy.
I know,
man.
but I mean, I got to put the truth out there in some way.
Oh, good on you.
So I'm basically retired for the next couple of months. So my life's been really rough.
Yeah, really rough. Yeah, why don't you give a rundown on what a day in the life of Andy is like? Because I've enjoyed this story.
I feel like this is the most, like, this is privilege at its finest.
1,000%. You are literally living as a retiree.
Right. So I go to bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I usually go to sleep every night to a Twilight Zone episode. It puts me to bed.
Oh.
I wake up around 7.
Hold on. I gotta figure this out. Twilight Zone or Outer Limits, which is better?
Twilight Zone.
Really, legit? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
I'm a Twilight Zoner. I'm
That's
Rod
awesome.
Sterling all the way. He's my boo.
Ouch, that hurt.
Yeah, so then I wake up and then I do like 2 yoga classes a day, 2 spin classes a day, usually.
Right, let's see. Take off your shirt. Let's see what you look like.
No.
Let's see all this work you put in. Is it
No.
worth it?
It's not. It's mental work, Tony. It's
yoga. Yes. So when you say you're doing
no,
yoga,
I don't have my 8-pack anymore. Like when I was younger, like Frank, I was like 125 pounds. Not anymore.
You had an 8-pack. I've never had more than 4.
I was a swimmer, you know. So.
Oh, that's right. We did mention that on the previous podcast, I think, with you.
I'm not getting naked on camera, so.
No, even though you try and get me naked all the time to send
but like this is not on live podcast.
This isn't getting posted. I'll take my shirt off right now. If everyone takes their shirt, are we all taking our shirt off?
Well, you always post.
Let's all take our shirts off.
Running or doing yoga.
Yeah, but that's not like a full body shot. I do the full body shot.
He does do the shirtless. Like, my favorite was that post the other day when he was like, "If I can do it, anyone can do it," and he's like pushing out, and then he sucks in and has all those.
I was not pushing out. That was me just standing without flexing. But that's my point. It's the difference between a person just walking around you every day, and then then they flex, and then you see that definition.
Yeah, and being like 6'12" with like naturally skinny body, blah blah.
Me,
blah,
I'm 5'11". First of all, I'm not
that's
even
like
touching 6.
That's practically 6'12" to someone that's 5'6".
Well, it's not my fault that you are physically stunted. Okay, this isn't my issue.
My ex called me Frodo.
Frodo? No, you're much more the. What was the friend's name?
Friend.
Frodo's friend.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy.
Oh, come on.
Bilbo,
not Bilbo. Bilbo was the other.
Bilbo Baggins.
Sam Genji. Genji.
Oh.
You're much more Sam Wise. Sam Wise. That's the word.
Damn why.
Aha, I got it.
I was thinking Sam Elliott.
So,
Yeah.
Frank, you're starting your journey. Are you excited?
He's mad because we called him a hobbit.
No.
He's like, we're moving on from this bullshit.
Yeah, no, I
conversation.
actually I had an ex who was 5'2", and she would call me her midget. I'm
Aw.
like, I'm taller than you. Like, where do you get off calling me a fucking midget? She's like, you're a guy. You're supposed to be 6 feet.
Oh man, I saw this great post the other day. The girl had texted the guy, "Hey, how tall are you?" And he's like 6'4", and she's like, "Oh, thank goodness." It's like, so how much do you weigh? He's like, what do you mean? Like, on the scale, what is the numerical value that pops up as you step onto it? She's like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, what does how tall I am have to do with anything? It's
Right,
just
yeah,
a fucking
'cause
number, a measurement.
That's something that we have no control over, how fucking tall we are. We can't do anything about it. But girls can do something about their fucking weight. So it's fair that if they expect us to be fucking 6
Is
feet.
it, Frank? How
Yeah.
much ability have you had over control of your weight?
What? No, you make it seem
I'm just
like I just
calling-
love to eat, and that's all I do.
I've never said
No,
that.
but I'm
My
saying you make
problem
it
with you is the
seem
lack of
like-
physicality.
No,
I don't care what you eat. You can eat as much as you goddamn want as long as you work to maintain that
Right.
calorie
Yeah.
intake. Calorie intake needs
Mhm.
calorie out. But-
Yeah, yeah. What you put in, you put
Burn
out.
off,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. No, but I've
And not necessarily, of course, because of medications you take, that's not
Right.
going to be as easy.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean that because you have the excuse that the medication is going to make you bigger that you don't need to try and
I
melt
think
it
what
off.
Frank is saying is that
Don't take his side. He
No,
doesn't
wait,
need
no,
help.
I am. I know because I understand what he's saying is that like you can't adjust your height, but someone else can adjust your weight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like so,
But that's not always
you
accurate.
can
That's
start
all I'm
wearing
saying.
heels. I mean, if we brought bell bottoms back and all that shit, we could just wear heels and no one would know. I used to actually do that when I go to clubs. I would put my ex would go to Peru and he'd buy these insteps in my shoes, and then I'd put them on, and it made me like 5'9".
What a
It
prick
makes
of a
no-
fucking ex. He's like, no, I'm telling you, you're not tall enough. I'm doing something
No.
about it.
I would ask him. I was like, "Can I wear them?" Because I would go out and like, "Here's me regular." Okay, look at me. There we go.
I'm looking.
And then
I'm
all of a sudden, I was like, "Boom!" And then I'd walk in. You
It
know, I
gives
felt like
you
a badass. Those extra inches really make a difference. You know, I mean,
It
it felt
does.
like broader shoulders.
Now, keep in mind, I work in a cowboy boot factory, and we oftentimes will get a special order for a double thick sole. So they're basically platforms. And you know, and of course, they're like a size 8, size 7 in men's, which is fine if they're not 5'11 like my height. But at 5'11 with the size 7, it's a little small. Or what was I saying? Not my height, because the whole point is that they're shorter. Sorry, I got
Right.
distracted with my own fuck. I'm thinking of like 3 different pairs of boots that I made the other day.
Oh, okay, cool.
Fuck you.
No, like, yeah, that's
Okay,
cool.
cool.
We're-
Fuck that
We're
story.
listening, Tony. We're waiting for you to get to the point.
I don't know what the point was. People are short. They want to be taller. I make cowboy
No,
boots
you know what?
that facilitate that.
No, I used to worry about that because even in business school, they would tell you the same thing, like taller people are more successful. So they like ingrain that shit into your brain.
It's a physical imposition. Into the room, like you walk in and you're the tallest one, you automatically are bestowed a fucking level of superiority. Just, you know,
Yeah, but
Some
then when I walk in and I'm the shortest one, it's still unique.
it is, especially because of your stature, your broad shoulder, your swimmer's background has your body developed in a very unique, very, very specific way. You
All right,
are.
stop flirting. Stop
You're
flirting.
built. You are.
How's
You've
your
got
day?
broad shoulders. You got thick arms. You got a fat ass. You're gorgeous. You look like you got muscle, even if I haven't seen you without the shirt yet. So, so of course you're gonna have a certain level of respect going towards you. Again, anybody who has a physical look to them, where they look like they take care of themselves, generally is looked at a little bit better than people that don't look like they take care of themselves at all. Like somebody walks in a t-shirt, a baseball hat, and an unkept beard, and is also overweight. People are gonna, and he walks into, let's say, a fucking room with like a group of fucking baseball players. They might look down at him physically. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Even if you had a PhD, you would
Okay.
still be looked down at because you don't have the physical prowess of other people.
I don't know. You got
That's
a
fucked
PhD.
up. I disagree
well.
with it. I'm just calling out, you know, the
A
natural
PhD is
order
pretty
of
fucking
humans.
cool, Tony.
His shirt is pretty cool. Have you seen his shirt?
Oh yeah, fucking Cthulhu.
No,
Yeah,
I
look-
said well, your shirt's cool too, but I said a PhD is pretty fucking cool.
Oh,
Oh.
no, 100%. But go ahead and tell that to the baseball team that you're hanging out with. You know, I'm just saying in certain circles, stature matters more than mental prowess. Why are you laughing at me, man? I'm just trying to make conversation. We had nothing to go on in this podcast, all right? I'm pulling teeth here.
We can talk
Right.
about vampires.
Yeah,
Hey,
we touched on
question.
that.
Huh?
We touched on that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, all right, question, theoretical. Would you want to live forever if you didn't age?
Fuck yeah.
No.
But why? I mean, you would have to restart everything all the time. You could never, ever have a life. You would have to move.
Oh, so hold on. There's more to this. What if
like theoretical, like if you
But you
were
had to
a
hide it.
vampire, for example, but you live in the 21st century, so it's not like you were.
But the idea is, okay, so you're saying I would be the only vampire here? I'd have to hide it from the rest of humanity. Like
Right, like you can't be known as a vampire, so you would have to, you know.
There are some worlds where, you know, vampires and werewolves
No, this
exist.
hypothetical, no, you can't be known. So you would have to, you know, be a high school student, for example. If you were turned to 18, you'd have to.
I mean, I guess, but I would get my own little brood and just travel country to country. Like you
but
have
like
the rest
that, I
of
mean, you have
eternity to learn
forever.
language.
So, I mean, you'd see every country, know every language in like 100 years.
That's bullshit though, because every 50 years the entire world changes.
Well,
you know, Iran of the 20s isn't Iran of the 70s, and Iran of the 70s.
Iran of the 70s isn't Iran of the 80s.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. Every 10 years, everything changes.
Yeah,
so
I know,
what
but
does it matter?
That's also a constant thing. It never ends for you. So, I mean, it wouldn't really be that exciting because you already know it's going to change.
What are you talking about? Then you go into science. It's not just a geographical question. And oh my God, so you're just going to witness the same physical things around. No. Science changes. Books change. Art changes. You can develop every fucking hobby. Every hobby, period. You can always find something to entertain yourself with.
Yeah, but you never die.
Yeah, I didn't say that I would want to do this. I'm just arguing for it just for the sake of argument. I personally wouldn't, because I'm begging for death on like a constant basis. Not saying I want to kill myself, but I'd be happy to die. I'm good. I'm about as happy as I feel like I'll ever be. I'm worried that my son's going to grow up to hate.
I actually got in a fight with someone the other day about this. So no more vampire arguments.
Wait, what was the fight about? Wait, why are we arguing?
We're not arguing, but I get passionate after watching like 78 hours of like, you know, I mean, you start seeing a different perspective.
Okay, well, you got my perspective. What about you, Frank?
What?
Would you said you would want to live forever?
Yeah.
So I argued the point like that he was going, you know, yes, I don't think it's a big deal living forever. I just wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fucking.
But you do want to do it.
Yeah.
But do you want to do it because you want to live forever, or you just don't want to fucking ever look older?
Because of my vanity.
Yeah, you have this Peter Pan syndrome.
So then you couldn't fall in love. Like you couldn't be with anyone because they would just age and die. You would just repeat the same things over and over again.
Wait, so we're not even good vampires where we can like turn people if we wanted to?
Yeah, but how selfish is that? And on the other side, it's
as selfish as the decision to begin with. If you already want to live forever, then yeah, you'd be selfish enough to want to take someone with you, and you can always.
I think that's what they say in addiction is like when you go down, you take others with you. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Look at Lestat and
the other guy, Brad Pitt.
Holy shit. Huey. Was it Huey?
Huey? Oh, I don't know. This is Brad Pitt and Kristen Stewart. Okay.
Louis. Oh man, Kristen Dunst in that. I think I was her age when that came out. Or like I was a little younger than her. I was in love with her as a little kid. Same as last episode, we were talking about Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah, the Ice Princess.
Oh my God, Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, Harriet the Spy, but before that, she was in the show called Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
That kid with Petunia on the arm.
Speaking of like old movies, so today, it was you.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, Indian in the cupboard.
Oh my God, I went on like an Indian in the cupboard rabbit hole.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet, but I texted my brother and I was like, "Oh my gosh, guess what's on Netflix?" And
It's
then I was
Netflix, that's where I found
surprised
it.
it hadn't changed its name. I thought it was going to be Native American in the Cupboard or something.
Well, I
like
mean,
that.
they're not going to do a shot-for-shot remake of it, right? Well, they might.
I don't know. Mandela effect. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, true. But no, it was such a good movie. And my son doesn't often like watching live action movies, but this one got his attention because it's like the original Toy Story, you know, the toys come to life. Were you the one who said that to me?
Yeah.
It
I was like, it was
yeah,
Toy Story before Toy Story.
because I was telling Frank that
That's
we found
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. It's really cool. Or Night at the
What
Museum.
a profound movie.
It really was. What it taught a kid to respect life and death in a way that it's a really difficult concept for a child to grasp. And you see him being so laissez-faire about bringing these characters to life, these little plastic figurines to life in this magic cupboard. And he takes the axe from him and gives it to the living Indian toy, and then immediately turns this knight back into a plastic figurine, you know, looks at the axe, looks at the doll, and just throws the doll over his shoulder. It was a completely living thing just a second ago, but now it's back to nothing. So he throws it over the shoulder, right?
So he was actually like acting like an adult.
No. He was acting like a child, ignorant to the duality, not realizing like you're literally bringing something to life and then eliminating that life, but it's not in a form of death. So a few scenes later, he then brings to life an older Indian figurine to get something from him. I think it was a bow and arrow from this particular figurine. And the figurine, again, this is a child's movie. It's a little 11-year-old kid that's doing this. Opens the cupboard, grabs the bow and arrow from him, and as he's closing it, he realizes that the guy's shaking, like freaking out, right? And it's an elderly gentleman, elderly Native American. And he looks at the kid, he's shaking. And like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's nothing to be scared of. And the guy has a fucking heart attack and drops dead. And his friend, the original Native American that he brings back to life, he looks at him like, well, you don't know what you're playing with magic that you don't understand. You have no business working magic. You don't understand. It's like, well, we need to bury him. They're like, what do you mean bury him? We'll just send him back.
I feel like I don't remember all of these deep details because again,
I just saw it.
It's not really a children's movie. It's really about adults because adults are the ones that do all the damage to the world, not kids. So it's like we end up seeing this now older and be like, oh, it's a kid's movie. Now we see it. No. It's representing of us in our culture.
Well, that's the majority of kids' movies. You know,
exactly.
they're made in a light.
Like kids are more adultish than adults are. I mean, look at adults on Facebook right now.
Well,
every single time
children are logical.
Huh?
If children are logical, the only time they get emotional is when shit doesn't fucking make sense to them. I feel this way, but you're acting that way, and it doesn't make sense, so they cry. Adults don't do that. When things make sense. Well, yes, okay, yes, but they're not. Their instinct isn't to think logically like kids do. They cry because the logic doesn't compute with the reality that's going on around them, because the adults around them aren't working on that basic sense of logic. Adults are working on their emotion and their historic ideology that's come up from their experiences in life. Kids don't have those experiences that make them jaded. They don't. Like they're ignorant, but ignorant isn't the same as choosing to be away. You know, kids make bad decisions from lack of experience. Adults make bad decisions due to their experience and their ignorance of either they didn't learn from those experiences or they took the wrong lesson altogether away from those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That little kid learned the difference between, you know, creating life and respecting life in the course of this movie. You know what I mean? Adults don't have that. You know, adults.
Right. So maybe it is for the movies for adults because kids can literally understand it and adults still can't.
I think. Okay. I guess my point is, I think it's a movie for everyone. I don't think there's such a thing as kids' movies or adults' movies.
Well,
every
I think
there's a story, and every story has an ideal mindset that it's trying to portray. And you could watch any kids' movie today and find a deep story in it if you choose to look at it in that light. You know what I mean?
Definitely. That's what I'm saying, is that they're almost life lessons for adults because kids, like you said, aren't learning from those experiences. They're not seeing it like that. They're seeing a toy for a toy.
Right, but
What they are doing.
But what they are doing is taking that experience that they viewed on the television screen, and when it happens to them in real life, they have a bit more of an understanding on how to handle it. Because my fucking parents, my family didn't
even remember the movie.
Sorry?
I said I would say that could be true, but I don't remember the movie.
That's fair.
I don't know if the lessons were ingrained in me because I don't remember shit. I just remember that there was an Indian in the cupboard.
Right. Well, we could argue that the Vampire Diaries is meant for preteen or young adults, but what the fuck are you learning from that?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying we learn more from kids.
Shit about myself, and you didn't ask me my age.
I think adults and children learn more from kids' movies than we do from the adult films that we watch. You know, adult films are all about salaciousness and sex and greed, the basic fucking kind of storylines. There's not a lot of nuance to it a lot of the times nowadays, unless you're, looking at an Oscar winner or something and it took from a book written
which
in
are
the
usually
1800s.
Worse than everything else, but
right, yeah. So I'd rather watch any of the cartoons that come, like the Christmas movies that all come out. They're so terrible, but they're teaching you just to be fucking nice. What adult movie does that? And my wife's like, oh, how can you watch these Christmas movies? They're so terrible. Because they are so kind, man. They're so kind. We just don't have that enough in quote unquote adult
I feel like
movies.
you're reincarnating Santa Claus right now.
I don't know how to address that statement.
You're like Santa right now.
I'm reincarnating Santa.
Yeah, you're like Santa.
You mean me or Frank? Because we were having this
You.
discussion. If we could get him to dye his beard, we can get him a mall Santa gig. Get yourself on camera a little more, Frank. Show the people how beautiful you look. Look at his rosy cheeks, his bulbous nose. It's so pretty. Fits his face so perfectly. It's going to be sad next year when you're half the size and you can't be Santa. You'll have to turn into an elf.
Because I'm 5'7".
Because you're 5'7". Hey, you're still taller than...
I'm 5'6" and 3/4. So.
Oh, not by much.
Oh, and 3/4. Is that is that in the cowboy boots?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if I'm like yoga's helped made me a little bit taller, because
your posture's a little more proper.
Yeah, like I can stretch my neck. Like,
I don't think that's doing anything other than looking terrible. Just so you know.
No,
I don't think it's doing what you think it's doing.
Feels taller. Like I'll walk around sometimes and I'll look at my friend. I'll be like, I'm taller, aren't I? And he'll be like, and I'm like, oh no, I am.
Okay, yeah, no.
I like, it's all about a mindset, right?
No, it's about your hair. Just grow your hair bigger. The hair will. Well,
how tall are you?
I get the just because I had a hat on, but this hair will go just straight poof ball. I can't stand it. I'm ready to shave my head, but I just look so good with the long hair. I can't do it. I can't imagine you. When was the last time you cut that mop?
Me?
Yeah, you. Not Frank. Frank shaved his head down. He's going.
I can't see Frank because he's.
I know he's got this weird angle that he just doesn't. It's hard to get all of Frank's head in a shot.
I shaved it off in April. Maybe.
Okay.
So what? It's November. So.
But you said shaved it off. How low do you go?
No, I didn't shave it off. I mean, I cut it, so it's probably like, I don't know, probably
like half that length.
Long.
Okay, this is a terrible conversation for a video.
So about 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you use your dick as a measuring stick to make sure it was the right size?
Well, how can he get it up there?
I don't know. He does a lot of yoga. You haven't seen how he's quite good. I'm telling you. How long have you been doing yoga?
Like seriously? Seriously?
Like seriously?
Like seriously?
Like for real? Like how long?
Like for real this year.
Just 1 year? Really? How are you?
Well,
but you're just so hyper.
Yoga on and off for like 10 years.
You're so hypermobile though, man. I don't know how you can
practice. That's just from doing it every day.
I guess I do it every day. It's not fucking helping. I've been laying down with the yoga block on my back, on my lower back, to try and get my bend in my back more, because I realized that in down dog I can't scoop my ass up, man. I just have the flattest fucking ass in down dog. It's just because I can't curve my spine that way. I've sat like this
literally
forever.
like just pretend like you're being like hooked and you push.
No. I understand. It's
no,
not
I know,
it's not that I don't understand the concept.
You literally have to.
It's a physical limitation that I am training my body to get over with the yoga block. I gotta rest on it for like 2 minutes at a time, and then come up, do child's pose, and then come back and lay down on my back.
Yeah, I can't do child's pose is like hard for me.
Yeah, because your giant thighs, your Clydesdale thickness.
Yeah, I can't bend like my ass.
Oh, you can bend
far away from my feet.
Yeah. Do you anyway? We're not doing a whole yoga breakdown here. It's just. Frank, when are you going to join me for yoga?
Oh, I was thinking about that, and I don't want to spoil it. So
we could start recording on Sundays.
You said you don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, so I'm going to hold that for later.
I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
I got something up my sleeve, and I'm not ready to announce it yet.
If you get a class together for me, that'd be great. Get 3 or 4 of your friends together, get them to pay $10 each for a session, and I'll let you do it for free. I'll do a little group class.
Well, that's nowhere near what I have under my sleeve, but I'll consider it.
Well, yeah, no, you should.
I'll consider it. Just in support of you.
Oh, it's more support than I've gotten from most people that I know right now.
Well, just considering it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, most the people closest to me. So are you guys interested in coming out just once, just to get more bodies out there and make it look a little better, at least once or twice? No.
Just like that.
No. It's like, really? Like, you don't want to show support? Oh, we support you, but we're not going.
How French of them. They'll support you in spirit, but that's it.
The nature of my relationships, unfortunately, I don't know how to address it other than that. I've never had a good support structure. You've always been you're the most supportive person I've had in the last year.
Well,
now Andy is a close runner-up. If he didn't just call me for 20 seconds at a time and you're like, okay, I checked in, goodbye now. I feel like his like surrogate father or something, this estranged dad that he feels obligated to check in on every once in a while.
I do actually feel. Whoa, my voice just.
What was that? I caught him in the truth, I think, is what happened there.
Haven't dropped yet. No, but yeah, no, I do make calls every day. I have like a checklist of people that I call, and I just say, hey.
Oh, so I'm just on the rotary on the.
Well, you're on my favorites.
I wouldn't put that up to a camera that's going to go out on YouTube, but okay.
Oh, I don't think anyone can see the numbers.
Well,
I can barely see the names.
People will try. They'll do it. Are the numbers there?
Okay, all right. So edit that part out. But
I'm gonna have to. That was really annoying. I'm gonna have to do that. Thank you for putting more work on my plate.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what I just did, and now
it's really not gonna be that hard. I'm gonna put our logo right over his phone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 people in my favorites, and Tony's one of them.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 people on my favorites, and they're about to come off of it.
Oh, well, the point is I care. Asshole.
You care? I knew it. He only cares about my asshole. That's where this all started.
Oh, maybe he heard you bleach.
Oh my god, I've never seen you get redder more quickly ever. That was great. Oh, you're adorable. How long have we been at this? Anybody get the time?
I don't know, for about fucking 30 minutes, I think.
I think it's been about a half hour. I guess we can keep going. What have you, any questions for us, Andy? We've kind of just bullshit your time away a little bit here. Any more? Wait, did we ever answer you're a vampire? Or did you want to? So you do want to be a vampire?
I don't want to, but if the option is there, I'll take it. If
the option is, well, then you want to.
No, okay. I'm not like, hey, make me a vampire.
Isn't there? Then, well, okay, that's so stupid. That was the dumbest argument. What about you, Andy? So you posed the question. How do you feel about it?
Well, okay, so
also, I would like to point out this is the gayest conversation I've ever had.
Okay,
saying be a vampire.
I would probably do it, but then have someone like I wouldn't be opposed to being like staked. You know?
Yeah. Oh, you'd eventually just do a voluntary. It's not suicide because you can't stake yourself. Well, you could always set up like a guillotine with a spike and just.
No, I was thinking
right over
that
your
just
heart.
fucking. I think it was last night. Like, if I were a suicidal vampire, like, could I do it myself.
Or would you just go watch your final sunset?
You said you were thinking about that last night.
Is that what you really said?
Yeah, I think it was last night.
What's wrong with you?
I was
people?
like, I'm like, how would a suicidal vampire fucking come in, like the stake and then a brick, but then the brick's gonna fucking just topple over.
I mean, if you're, or you could just enjoy a final sunrise and
Or-
just burn to death.
or you can
That's
tell
the way I do it.
your boy, be like, hey, come on, just fucking hold it. And I'll
When I was a
fucking-
kid, when people die, so if you had to die a certain way, what would you? I always said drowning or burn to death.
That's
I'm
how
like,
you
what the
would want
fuck
to?
is that I would want to? And people don't understand it, but it is the most intense final sensation you are ever gonna feel in this life. Why wouldn't you want to experience every single bit of it? You know what I mean? That falling asleep and just letting go just seems so passive aggressive. It's just so, or just passive, really. No aggression to it. But you go to sleep angry and then wake up just dead, or don't wake up. Like, I don't know, man. I'd rather go out kicking and screaming. Literally.
Maybe like falling from a cliff.
That's
Maybe.
interesting. I feel like there's too much time. Like,
I don't know.
too
it'd
much
be
time with
interesting
no
to watch.
sensation.
It'd be interesting to see how quickly you could like. I have this whole theory. Well, I'll tell you. About
Oh
it.
yeah, that is a common thing in skydiving where you get into a, I don't know what it's called, a terminal spin of some kind, where you just start spinning and you can't balance yourself out. So the centrifugal force will actually force the blood and it'll make you pass out, and you can have brain aneurysms or just not be able to pull your chute and hit the ground. So that would be an interesting way. Purposely go skydiving and get yourself in an uncontrollable spin to make you pass out and then hit the floor. That way you get all the sensations at once. You get the feeling of flying, falling, and then going to sleep and then splat. That's a good way to do it.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm sorry you wish I was putting something in it, but yeah, I'll take the words out.
Frank,
I know. This is so inappropriate. It's almost like you went into this
Frank,
not
what are you
knowing
doing?
our name.
Yeah,
It's on the hat. What does it say?
it
This
says,
is completely appropriate. Oh, there we go. Inappropriate.
Yeah, don't forget, you got to get in there. So why be PC when you could be completely inappropriate? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Thank you, Andy, for joining us, for filling in. I was supposed to get a couple guests today, but I didn't try hard enough. So
So you just defaulted to me because you know I'm just on hook.
yeah, you're on my favorites. So love you guys. Take it easy. This has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Frank, what do we tell the people?
be excellent to each other.
Find your motherfucking happy. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. And Andy, any words of wisdom?
Go watch Indian in the Cupboard and watch it from Tony's perspective of life.
Aw, couldn't have said it better myself. Much love. Take it easy. Bye bye. Comes from his mama and he likes pie. Say bye, Mr. Frank.
Bye, Mr. Frank.
Yeah.